10 American cities that are dead forever. Yeah, this is going to be interesting what kind of cities we're going to have in this video. If any of you guys are from any of these cities, let me know down in the comment section. That'd be really interesting. Before we do jump in this video, I appreciate if you guys can hit that subscribe button down below. I've also been uploading quite a lot to my Patreon recently, and I've uploaded the unedited P.O Box video you guys have been wanting on the Patreon. But the edited version of the P.O Box video will be on this channel very soon, so don't worry. But yeah, I'm excited to get into this. Let's jump straight to this and see what we got.
Today I'm going to tell you which cities in the United States might be too far gone to make a comeback. Ever. We all have our hopes for where we live or where we're from. Every city, state, and town has its ups and its downs.
Right, of course.
Sometimes those downs seem to go on for so long that we start to wonder if those ups are ever going to happen. And then we start to wonder if it's even worth fixing. Sort of like a 1974 Pinto with a door that won't open and a bumper sticker that reads gas, grass, or nobody.
Right. Yo, he's making it sound like these cities are like an apocalypse. Like after, you know what I'm saying?
It's for free.
Like
Today we look at 10 cities that have sucked for so long that they're probably going to suck forever.
Okay.
Get it? Got it?
I did get it. I got it. I good. Cities not on the list. Wait, what?
Number 10, cities not on the list. Now, there's a few cities that some of you will assume or think should be on this list. And we all know what they are: San Francisco and Chicago. These are cities that have a ton of problems right now. We all hear the stories, we all see the videos, but I believe they will and maybe have to make a comeback. And that is for one reason and one reason only: money. These cities, for all their faults, are two of the most important cities to the U.S. economy. San Francisco and Chicago will always
money's a big factor when we're talking about cities.
Have their problems, but I think they have already hit rock bottom and they will only be getting better. Los Angeles and Houston could also sort of fit in this category, but LA is already making a pretty good comeback. They're at least making strides, and I think Houston's on the verge of starting their comeback.
Pretty good. Memphis, Tennessee.
Number 9, Memphis, Tennessee. Memphis is a nightmare, and the decline, like many cities, is a complex, multifaceted issue that can't really be pinpointed to one single moment in time. Most cities' problems are attributed to a combination of historical, economic, and social factors. That being said, statistics show there was one significant turning point in Memphis's history: the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
Yo, wait, so like from that point, it's just been on a downward spiral?
In 1968.
Oh, wait, no picture. Okay.
At the Lorraine Motel. This tragic event had a profound impact on the city, leading to civil unrest, white flight to the suburbs, and economic disinvestment in certain areas. A lot of companies bailed after that, and a lot of them didn't come back. Matter of fact, most of them didn't come back. The ensuing decade saw a decline in manufacturing industries, which was a major source of employment for many of the residents, contributing to rising poverty levels and a decrease in economic opportunities. Basically, Memphis got a stain on itself from that one event, and they have never been really able to fully recover from that. And they've
Yo, that's crazy. From that one event, it like a whole entire city just... Bro, yo, low-key makes sense.
The same pattern that many cities that have been dying for years have followed. Poor education numbers have led to poverty. Poverty leads to more crime. More crime, more poverty, less education means certain companies won't move into the city. That means less opportunity. It's like a snowball effect. Right now, Memphis is known as one of the most violent cities in the United States, and it has for years. In my opinion, I don't see them making a comeback in most of our lifetime. It's really unfortunate because Memphis has played a big part in American history and music history.
Oh, wow. Interesting. Gary, Indiana.
Number 8, Gary, Indiana. Gary, Indiana's decline can be traced back to several factors that began to take a toll on the city's prosperity in the mid-20th century. One significant factor was the decline in the steel industry. This was pretty much the backbone of Gary's economy.
So mainly, I'm guessing it was mainly like a mining city and then just no need for it?
Founding in the early 1900s. As the steel industry faced increasing competition from foreign markets and automation, many steel mills in the region, including those in Gary, began to shutter their operations. As you can imagine, this resulted in massive job losses, and the city's economy began to deteriorate rapidly. This was over 70 years ago, right? And they still haven't recovered. Gary, Indiana right now is a shell of what it once was.
Yo, I'm telling you, with most of these on the list, I'm not going to be surprised if it's just one big snowball effect. Like one event or something's happened, like the steel industry, and then it's just a snowball effect where it just gets worse and worse and worse and worse and worse.
This region is a mess because Gary, Indiana basically butts up against the worst part of Chicago, the South Side. Drive down any street in Gary, Indiana, or go to Google Maps and just look. Almost every single block has a few abandoned homes or vacant lots.
Wow.
The good news is you could buy a house there for the same price as a Toyota Prius. Most people won't want either, but they're there.
Hey, wait, so you're telling me I can buy a house over there? Pine Bluff, Arkansas.
Number 7, Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Pine Bluff, Arkansas is where safety and happiness go to die. Pine Bluff, Arkansas began to...
Oh, I thought that was going to be good. Goes to die? Was it like happiness and safety is just not there?
Experience a decline in its economic and social well-being during the later half of the 20th century. The city had thrived in the early years, primarily due to the strategic location to the Arkansas River, which facilitated trade and commerce. However, several factors kind of played into Pine Bluff's decline. Mechanization of agriculture led to a significant loss of jobs in the region once dominated by the cotton industry. This drove up unemployment and drove up poverty. Of course, once you have those two going up, crime follows.
Yeah, bro. As soon as you have poverty happening in an area, crime will follow, and then it's just bro. Yeah, it's just bad.
Bluff started losing population in the 1980s. At the 1990 census, they had a little bit of an increase, 0.9%, but then it was back down to losing 3 decades in a row. And trust me, they're gonna make it 4. If you're not moving out, someone's gonna push your off button in this city. So my advice to anyone living in Pine Bluff, Arkansas, leave your stuff behind, get up around 5 in the morning, and leave town.
Yo, it's just gonna be a ghost town, bro.
Trust me, trying to pack a George Foreman grill is not worth your life.
Port Arthur, Texas. Texas.
Number 6, Port Arthur, Texas. Port Arthur was once a thriving industrial city located along the Gulf of Mexico. It began to experience a decline in the later half of the 20th century. The city's fortunes were closely tied to the oil industry, with major refineries like Gulf Oil and Texaco operating in the area. However, several factors contributed to Port Arthur's economic downturn. The oil industry experienced fluctuations, which is always a bummer, with periodic downturns and oil prices affecting the local job market. Additionally, environmental concerns arose due to the pollution from the refineries impacting the health of the residents and causing some to move away. Not some, a whole bunch. Racial tensions and segregation also played a role in the city's struggles. And of course, the education system kind of broke down, as did the economic opportunities.
Yo, look at that, bro. Yo, even the view, I just wouldn't even want to be there. Like, this place was nice. But then you're seeing this, nah, yeah, I'll be gone as well. I actually would.
One cool thing is real estate's extra cheap here. You could actually find a house for the same price that bail costs when you punch a clown at a carnival. Don't ask me how I know that.
Wait, how much is the bail for punching a clown at a carnival, bro?
Well, efforts have been made over the years to address the issues with the local economy. The decline of Port Arthur's industrial base has had a lasting impact on the city's economic and social well-being, requiring ongoing revitalization efforts to create a more prosperous future for the city. But they've got a long ways to go, and it's not going to happen. That's my opinion. I hope I'm wrong.
What's next? Camden, New Jersey. I wonder what number 1's going to be.
Camden, New Jersey. Right across the Delaware River from Philadelphia, you have Camden, New Jersey. There are 2 main bridges that get people from Camden to Philadelphia and Philadelphia to Camden. There's the Walt Whitman Bridge and the Benjamin Franklin Bridge.
Yeah. Okay, what, is this like Poverty Central?
If you've ever seen the movie Bridge Over the River Kwai, you'll see why the people of Philadelphia often dream of that happening here. Camden is a nightmare. It has been for a long time. The violent crime rate here is 325% above the national average. They have almost 1,600 incidents per every 100,000 residents. Camden began a period of significant decline during the mid-20th century, marked by various socioeconomic and urban challenges.
Yo, if you want to go here, you need to bring your boxing gloves, your weapons. Yeah, you're gonna have to stay protected, man. Hell no. Bodyguards.
Like many industrial cities in the U.S., Camden experienced a shift away from manufacturing, which for the longest time was almost all this city had.
Yo, this is nice. Look at this shit, bro. Yo, that is insane.
manufacturing and shipping. And if your manufacturing goes away, a lot of your shipping does too. Things like that just make a bad situation worse. If you were in college and you wanted to study urban decline, this is a good place to start.
Jackson, Mississippi.
Number 4, Jackson, Mississippi. Hands down, the worst capital city in the United States.
Oh, wow,
and that's saying a lot because Baton Rouge is also a capital city. Jackson, Mississippi witnessed a gradual decline that began in the mid-20th century, like a lot of cities, primarily influenced by complex social, economic, and political factors. In the decades following World War II, Jackson's urban landscape transformed as suburbanization took hold, basically people moving out the suburbs. This led to a decline in the city's population and the flight of businesses and middle-class residents to the suburbs. Now, this trend was driven in part by the expansion of the highways, which made it easier for people to commute from the suburbs to work in the city. The population shift really contributed to the decline in the city's tax base and the deterioration of the infrastructure.
Do you know what's crazy, right? Do you know what's actually mad? The fact that, like, these are 10 American cities that are dead forever, like the worst cities, right? And a lot of these cities look so much better than UK. So, like, yo, like, UK's not even making it in the top 10 worst America. Like, come on, bro. Like, look at this area here. This is beautiful, man.
Despite ongoing efforts to revitalize Jackson, the city continues to grapple with these, serious issues. It'll never get better.
That don't look better. That definitely. Flint, Michigan. What we got?
Number 3, Flint, Michigan. Flint, Michigan's shortcomings were on full display about a decade ago. The decision to switch the city's water source to the Flint River without proper corrosion control measures resulted in lead contamination in the drinking water. This public health...
Bro, you can do that? I thought it needed to be, like, regulated, like, properly. Nah.
Disaster further eroded the trust in the local government, which created a firestorm of lawsuits, paranoia, and conspiracy theories. But Flint, Michigan's decline can be tracked back to several key factors. The city once thrived as a center for the automotive industry, home to General Motors, which provided thousands of well-paying jobs. The decline of the American automotive industry and the outsourcing of manufacturing jobs to cheaper labor markets in the 1970s and 80s hit Flint really hard. They had massive layoffs. Manufacturing plants closed their doors, and they never came back. I mean, there's still some in the Michigan area, obviously. Nothing like it was in its heyday. And it never seems to get...
Yo, the common theme with keeping cities alive is just having the money flow in and out. That's literally it. And keeping the companies happy there.
Better for Flint. Now, one thing that happened during this that really made me angry. I mean, the whole thing is just outrageous that it happened like this. But these people were getting contaminated water for... And, there's all these lawsuits going on. Well, Flint, the water company there, still wanted to get paid for the contaminated water. They were sending out bills that were in the thousands. I don't think...
Oh, hell no. Yo, imagine contaminate... Bro. You're contaminating the water, then you're asking for them to pay... Yo. Nah. Bro, they should be paying the customers money back for the contaminated water, bro. Compensation, dude.
I think Flint's ever coming back.
Wow. East St. Wait, why have I've heard of East St. Louis, Illinois. Isn't that like really like high on the crime?
Number 2, East St. Louis. This was once a thriving industrial city located just across the Mississippi River from St. Louis, Missouri. Back before the 1940s, like before World War II, the city was doing great with its strategic transportation links, including railroads and the river access, which attracted industries and a pretty diverse workforce. However, several factors contributed to the decline. Mechanization really killed a lot of the things going on in East St. Louis. As mechanization hit, people started getting laid off because they didn't need the people, sort of like what we're afraid of with AI these days.
Yo, just look how many rooms and people this can hold, and it's just abandoned. Someone should buy this. There's probably not people, willing to go there. Buy this for $10 and do it up, man. Do it up. Surely you can get that really cheap. It's not being used, bro. You know what I mean? Surely someone will live there.
People always like to leave memes whenever the minimum wage goes up that says, oh, if you want a raise, here's your replacement. And they'll show some like McDonald's kiosk or something like that. Here's the thing. Doesn't matter what you're making, maybe a little bit. They'll replace you with a robot in a heartbeat because robots don't get sick. Robots always show up to work. Robots don't sue you for wrongful termination.
True.
Robots are rarely involved in sexual harassment lawsuits. Obviously, when I say robots, I mean any kind of automation. And that is probably the reason...
Not yet, bro. Yo, AI and robots in the future, they're going to be crazy, man. Not yet, but soon, maybe.
The biggest reason, at least, East St. Louis took a nosedive right around World War II. Now, it's not just that. The decline of East St. Louis was further compounded by political corruption and financial mismanagement, which hindered the city's ability to provide essential services and maintain the infrastructure. High crime rates.
Yeah, I ain't going to lie. This right here, other than this building here, so like, let's like stop the picture here. This is like the UK. This
unemployment and struggling school system created a cycle of poverty that persisted for decades and still does. East St. Louis is a perfect example of something that might take too much effort to put back together.
Right.
All right, before we get to number one, if you've got time and you want to help this channel out, watch one of the suggested
will be in the description
videos
if you want to check them out.
End of this video. Really helps out the channel. All right, on to number one.
What we got? Number one, Detroit, Michigan. Detroit.
Detroit, Michigan. This should be no surprise to anyone that can read or has watched one of my videos. Detroit, Michigan's been in bad shape for a very long time. Much like Flint, but without the water crisis. The auto industry up and left Detroit high and dry. On top of it, they had tons of political corruption. Now, they're downtown. They've kind of turned that one around. But the rest of the city is a freaking nightmare. Go to Google Maps. I don't suggest you go drive through Detroit. Go to Google Maps.
Yo, that would be funny. I should do that. I should go on Google Maps and go through these places.
Go to the street view and you will see that there are blocks and blocks of homes with maybe one house on the entire block. Everything else is either burned out old frames of house or empty lots.
Wait, is it actually that bad? Like, you go to a block and there's just one house and the rest of them are like, just, what?
Empty lots are there because so many people were setting them on fire for fun or homeless people were living in them that the city just started mowing them over because they became a health crisis. The danger of the community. What was left of the community? At the 1950 census, right after World War II, the population of Detroit maxed out with 1.8 million people. Right now, they have about 620,000 people. They have lost population every single decade since 1950. All predictions show that they're going to be under 600,000 residents at the 2030 census. They have no tax base. Everyone's moved out. There's not much money for infrastructure unless they get it from the federal government. It's crazy. But their local tax dollars ain't cutting it. That's why I say it's going to be dead forever.
Right. Fair enough. Well, if I move to America, I definitely won't be moving to any of these places. You guys can recommend some good places down in the comment section. I'd like to check them out. That was a good video. Let me know what you guys think. If you did enjoy, make sure you leave a thumbs up, subscribe for more content. I'm live every single day on twitch.tv/L3WG. If you guys want to check me out over there. I also have a gaming channel and an everything channel where I'm uploading extra content. Those links are in the description as well if you want to check them out. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.